going to get right into it, into hot matches. Let me put up this graphic here, help out a little bit. What we're going to do is each match, we're going to go through, well, each match does not have a time limit, actually. It does, 5 minutes, my bad, which I will control that. Anyway, Frenchie is the only one who is aware of time markers throughout our 20 minutes of talking about these matches. And when his timer goes off, whoever is talking will be eliminated and removed from screen. And that will continue until we have one person left on screen. And ignore the bottom rule, because that does not apply today with no stereo. And then there will be consequences for the losers and perks for the winners when we get to our interview with Paul Preston here. Hey, how you doing, Dagan?
Hey, Dagan.
What's up, brother?
Hello.
Okay, so we ready, Frenchie? All right, we're ready. Okay, yeah. Someone remind me, we've had so much go on here in the first 5 minutes. Someone remind me what the first match was of the week.
That was
Lieberman. Lieberman, because I won that match in the I wasn't playing anybody because no one else picked him up, but I won points.
Yeah, and Bradley Tingle. I was actually really impressed with Ty. You know, he seems. I was really impressed by him. He basically ran Sigourney Weaver, stole 2 points from Tingle, and he basically didn't have to. He TKO'd him in the end. So I was really impressed with him, and I think Bradley was just kind of arrogant a little bit, but hey, I thought Ty was actually pretty good.
Wait, you say you thought Bradley was a little arrogant?
Yeah, a little bit.
Really? I didn't get any arrogance from him. It was all the arrogance I got was from Ty Lieberman, which I understand.
Was Ty the one with the scarf?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, Tingle's the one with the Rubik's Cube.
I saw that match on Monday, so my brain is fried right now. So it's hard to remember who's who.
Yeah, gotcha.
I was completely surprised by Finstock Exchange once again.
Give me a J.
Uh-oh. There you go. Uh-oh.
Why did you do it again?
Well, okay, so I'll piggyback off what Jay was saying. I was again surprised by the Finstock Exchange.
That happens because I can't take him off. Oh yeah, now I can because of radio. But technically, he's eliminated.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, yeah. So Lieberman,
okay,
Lieberman was I heard that he was Barbarian's he's one of Barbarian's buddies, and Barbarian's a dog at movie trivia, obviously. So Lieberman being a part of that, I'm not surprised by at all. Tingle's one of those late round draft picks. I didn't expect too much out of him, but Lieberman just rocked his shit. My man didn't even have to answer a third round question. The final score is 16-15, and Lieberman's going to be something to play with, especially in the Finstock Exchange and all them rookies over there.
Yeah, and to go back to the arrogance thing, I thought it was fine. It was whatever for his character. It's just sometimes it's a little weird when you have somebody who's never played before come off that arrogant. Yeah. But I mean, when you're teamed with Bobby Finstock, it kind of goes hat in hand. But truthfully, they both did really well. But yeah, him going through that Sigourney Weaver category was pretty badass. That was a pretty good run from him there.
I mean, look at Radis. Radis is the same way over there at the Exchange. He didn't play in the Schmoedown before. Then here he is. He's out here essentially being the Finstock Jr. over there at the Exchange.
Yeah, pretty much. You think he was the son.
One thing I want to say is that the swag is in real trouble. I mean, especially now they're enabled because now they're losing points from what they already have. So it's it's like real concern for the swag. I mean, they're in a real tough position now. So I'm gonna see how hopefully they can rebound back from their losses.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Soda.
No, you go ahead.
No, see, so this, I'm not too surprised at this Lieberman stuff. The Tingle stuff, yeah, it's a bummer. But with swag,
So yeah, I think I know where he was going with this. But when it comes to swag, they do have the manpower that it's only temporary. They will fight back, and with what we saw later on with one of the cutscenes, hopefully everybody is on the same page now. So we will finally see the swag that we had last year.
Yeah, I'm kind of bummed out because it didn't have a big finale. I was expecting Chandru, Laura, and Paul to come in and just wreck shop and Jay's kind of return. But yeah, I was definitely impressed by Winston saying,
Yeah.
"Yeah, get in line, people." I love that. And then Paul comes back. He's like, "Yeah, no problem, man. Glad to help." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay, that was great." But I was kind of expecting like an alliance coming up to take down Winston.
So with me, like, yeah, the whole scene itself was great, but sometimes I feel a little jaded when it comes to these things because I've been watching wrestling all my life and I've been watching things like this. It's just like, yeah, I knew that Oyama was gonna rat out everybody else to win.
Oh, I won one! Yeah! I won one!
Yeah.
Yay!
That was nuts.
It was.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for that. Like,
Chris, since you're a wrestling guy like me, I want to ask you this.
Sure.
Because you've seen a lot of storylines of wrestling and stuff like that.
yeah.
Just some of these, can you spot some of these from a mile away?
Yes.
Same.
I forget when it was or what match it was before, but the Jay Washington stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly. I saw
like
it.
that. I think on Spin from the Reel a couple weeks ago, we had said something about Jay Washington, and people were like, "No, he's never coming back." It's like, well, like Bret Hart was never going to go back to WWE, and then there he was. You know,
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Same with Ultimate Warrior and stuff like that.
Right.
So,
Never say never. Never say,
Exactly.
especially in the Schmoedown of all things.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, like I as soon as I saw the scene start, excellent scene by the way, but it's just like, okay, I knew Oyama was gonna rat out everybody else.
That
and it's just like with Roka, I've said it before, with Roka from last year's Spectacular, as soon as he popped up with the NWO shirt, I'm like, oh, come on.
Right.
You see, that's what's different with me is that I have not seen wrestling at all. I mean, I've seen a few matches, but I'm not as into it as you guys. So I kind of knew it was going to be someone that Chandru was talking to, but I was expecting someone that we haven't seen before. So I was in that zone. I was just not expecting Jay.
And it makes sense with Oyama because honestly, out of all of them, he could easily have turned. It would have been believable. Either way.
We were actually discussing that last week with Frenchie's Corner, and Jay was like, "No, trade him." Frenchie was like, "No, you get Oyama to turn." And of course, I agreed with Frenchie, but I like this better.
Oh, yeah. And of course he pops in for that, of course.
Dude, Oyama had me going. I straight up for real was like, he's turning. This is going to be so awesome. He had me going. As for Jay Washington, that was perfect selection for that who that person would be. But then this also got me wondering, like, if you remember back to the first draft, it was supposed to be Winston and Jay. And then in the very first, it was either the first or the second draft pick, they got into a little scuffle kind of a thing on stage, a little argument over the drafting. And I'm wondering, was all of this intended then? You know, like, what do you think 2 years ago or last year at the beginning of the season, they were like, okay, Jay and Winston, we're going to tell everybody that you're going to be co-managers. You're going to have a falling out on stage at draft. We're not going to hear about Jay for a year and a half, and then all of a sudden he's going to be the masterminder. Do you think it was something that they made happen as time went on?
One question. Wasn't Jay supposed to have his own faction?
The Vipers.
So that's okay. So I was right about that. And then he was going to win coach, or he was going to help Winston.
He's going to advise for them, yeah.
So, okay. Just want to make sure about that. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. We know Christian can actually think of plot lines years in advance, especially with the Paulie G's scenario crashing at the awards ceremony that one year, and then it doesn't get revealed until much, much later. So it's definitely possible. So can't rule anything out at this point.
But moving on, before we get out of this segment, that Star Wars match was awesome.
Oh yeah.
It
needed to be.
These players they're blowing me away. I don't know why. It's because I'd never seen them before, so I didn't have high expectations for anyone, to be honest. I was stuck in that mentality of Ace, Demolanta, and Damon are going to run over everybody because they're the people I've seen for years, and they're the faces of Star Wars and Schmoedown. No, man, these young cats are good. Wow, I'm very impressed.
Hoey and Whiteley, there were two guys I was awfully unfamiliar with as well. And I know people were giving Whiteley stuff because like, oh yeah, he's Intergeekdom first, Star Wars second, and then Hoey hosts the Star Wars podcast, the Resistance podcast, whatever. So Hoey has the clear advantage, and it was only down to a question. Like let's also keep that in mind. The Star Wars division is awfully difficult this year, and the talent, even the new faces like the Lacey's, the goal leaders, the Jack and Con players, Whiteley and Hoey, there's a lot of talent in this division. The Star Wars is going to be the division to probably keep your eye on for the rest of the year.
Yeah, it's going to be just like it was last year. It's going to be the division. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, it's definitely becoming the most competitive.
Oh, for sure.
By far. It's always been like that. You can't. Whenever you get a new person in Star Wars, you got to expect that Christian is looking at the top tier talent because you can't afford it. We had Ace on here last week, and he's kind of said that everyone in the Star Wars division has to play perfect in order to have a chance in this division. So you have to expect that these players know exactly what they're talking about.
Right. And the thing with these Star Wars competitors, right? Like, what's the weakest performance we've seen this year out of Star Wars? Was it Sullivan, and he still dropped 20?
I think so.
And now, the 3 and the 5 messed him up towards the end with those back-to-back Rogue One questions. But besides that, Star Wars has been killing it this year. Whether you're new or you're a vet, like Sully.
Yeah, you can tell we're at a point where the league is one of the top divisions when what's considered a bad match is still a really damn good match.
Right.
I would say the Sullivan and Wilson match, they had kind of stumbled on a few of their questions, but that's probably it. I mean, everyone else is kind of the lowest one is 8 points in round 1, and again the lowest point in round 2 is 7, and they're almost perfect in round 3. There's only a missing 1 or 2 questions, so it's really. It really is very competitive, and that's kind of like what we're seeing with the division overall.
Yeah. It's the Star Wars division, and this has come from a guy who was a Star Wars convert. Like before last year's tournament, I'm like, nah, man, Star Wars ain't There's obviously some top dogs, but those are the dogs, and that's it. Then a Star Wars tournament happened, and I'm like, all right, I'll shut up now. I see what's up. I buy the hype.
Yeah, going into last season, it almost felt hard to justify, for me anyways, having Star Wars as own league because I would have put the MCU over just we have more.
Right.
But after what happened last year and seeing what we're seeing this year, it's the reason why it was the most exciting.
You want to hear something funny? The mic wasn't on that whole time.
No way.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, wow.
So smooth.